The tenets of democracy are skills for living in our society that include tolerance, critical thinking and decision-making, thinking together and making meaning, power sharing and empowerment, and individual responsibility and civil involvement with others. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. Students in a middle school music class are collaborating with students from Sweden to compose an opera. The students form committees to complete the different parts of the opera. One student displays critical thinking as she talks about her committee assignment. The student displays critical thinking as she describes how her committee used Cosmopolitan makeover software to design the makeup for the performers in the opera.
You're also working on makeup, and you're working with a program called Cosmopolitan Makeover. Can you tell me how this program works and some of the things you've done with it?
Well, you take a camera, a digital camera, and you take a picture of anyone, and you put it on the computer, and you pick a picture, and it shows up on the screen, and you can pick hairstyles and hair colors, and then there is highlights, and you can do our makeup.
The teacher has a student explain how she sent sheet music to her counterparts in Sweden by email. The student demonstrates critical thinking as she describes the steps involved in scanning the music and sending it as an attachment. The student also describes troubleshooting she had to do in the process of learning how to send the music.
Leslie, if you'll talk about, you don't have to scan right now, but would you talk about what you've done for your scanning? And
I've been doing the scanning to Sweden, and that's our music. We send it over to Sweden or else they wouldn't have anything. Okay. You put it in the scanner and start scanning, and then you go on the internet for Internet Explorer, and we have our own internet page, and we just have our own password and everything, and we go there and compose, and then you attach it and you send it.
when you were doing that to start with, we had a problem. Do you remember what that was? When we tried to attach the first time?
Oh, it wouldn't let us attach because we had too many bytes on the paper and we had to fold it in half and then scan it.
To make it smaller, didn't we? So we learned that we had a limit on what size the documents could be, couldn't we?
The students on the Public Relations Committee demonstrate critical thinking and decision-making as they design the program for their performance. The teacher shows them some programs from previous productions as examples. The students compare their ideas to those of previous classes and to the program the Swedish students made. Then they identify the elements they need to include on the cover of their program, and they decide on the layout.
On the cover we wanted our logo and where and when.
Who's doing it?
Yeah.
Then
McCready Theater. Yeah, McCready Theater.
They want the name of the opera on the front page?
above that should be above the logo.
Yeah, should be, well, since our yeah.
Just to throw something out from the video conferencing this morning, do you remember what they were doing on their program?
Oh, they were using pictures.
Yeah.
Pictures of themselves.
Oh.
And they wanted us to send some.
Okay.
And that's something we've never done.
We've never done that.
Can we put pictures?
We could use the digital camera and put like
pictures
of
on
the
there.
committees. And then we could have like the musical moments, the songs, and we could have
Let's go back to the cover. Let's
Yeah.
go back to the cover. We're not done with that because you need to decide, do you want the logo on the cover or do you want pictures on the cover?
we want the logo on the cover.
Logo.
Yeah.
A colored
Pictures
logo. A colored logo.
Like put our colored logo on there.
The students display thinking together as they decide on the content of their program. They engage in a dialogue to discuss the information they should include and how they should present it. The students also experience civil involvement with others as they work together. All the group members display positive participation, and they show a sense of community as they work toward a group decision.
Then flipping to the inside then, and just, are we kind of thinking we need this insert page? You know, like, it seems like most of our programs do.
Probably have like 2 of them and then staple it.
Okay, I don't think we'll need that, will we? If we do open and then just the insert, front and back on the insert. So that's how much room we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, plus, and we still, this back is blank. What's that one like?
They have their logo on the
Okay,
back.
so see, we can do, so we have the back to work with too.
It depends on if you're going to put pictures in there, what are you going to put pictures of? Are you going to have like the committees
Like all
or
the committees in the back, like PR committee, and then they'd have.
You could put like the name of the committee
managers.
and then the picture of the committee under it and then list
then
the
the
names
Yeah,
of the
like
people.
here,
Like,
well,
guys, we're not gonna have enough. Well, we have enough room though.
We could take small pictures.
Yeah,
They'd be
it'll
like,
have to be a small picture.
Yeah, well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be able to put the names on there.
Maybe
And-
we should just put the actors.
Well,
We
yeah.
wouldn't have our names on there?
Well, if we have the names listed inside of all the committees, then
Well, we
Yeah, we
wouldn't
could
have
just
to
have
have
the
that. We could
committees.
just have the committees, a picture of the committee, and then the name.
It's not gonna fit.
it's not gonna.
So why don't we just
Yeah,
have all the
insert
names
page.
in the inside and then the committees somewhere else, like in the
Well,
bag
or too bad we aren't gonna be able to do this because it'd have to be one of those last minute things. But like, wait when Sweden gets here and then take a picture of the whole group and put it on the back.
The teacher assists the students as they work on the program using Microsoft Word software. The students have to demonstrate individual responsibility, not only by showing accountability for their own work, but also by showing their classmates how to use Microsoft Word.
Okay, we're going to be in using Word, okay? And when Word comes up as a word processing document, it comes up with a piece of paper like this. So the first thing we have to do is turn it this way. Okay, another thing is you want to think of this as like two columns, okay? Okay, so the back will be the first column and the front will be the second column. So first of all, then when it comes up, we want to go to page setup. You might want to write this down because you're going to have to show these guys when it comes their turn to work on this. Go up to File, down to Page Setup. There you go. Okay, now, you see the tabs up here? Yeah. So the margins is where we can change the margins, and because, again, we're going to come right up to the edges on this. Otherwise, we won't have room. Then if you click on paper, paper size. Okay, see down at the bottom where that A is on the paper? Yeah. Okay, you have portraits this way, landscapes this way. So which way are we going to go?
Landscape.
The teacher implements critical thinking and decision making when she has the students on the set design committee answer questions about their work. The students describe the set and how it evolved through collaboration with the Swedish students. The students explain how they used Total 3D Home Deluxe software to design the set and how they communicated with the Swedish students to make decisions.
You can put different kind of lighting, and you can put plumbing in. You can put chairs, and you can put clocks, TVs. What homes usually have, you can put in there.
So it sounds like a pretty detailed program. Now, what did you do with these floor plans once you had those?
We printed them out, and then
We enlarged them too.
we enlarged them. Then we sent them over to Sweden. Then we went video conferencing, and we discussed how it was going to look, and if Sweden likes it too, and it would work for them.
The student composers experience empowerment as they write the music for the opera. The students take ownership of the project. In this example, the students devise and transcribe melodies to play during the parts of the opera where talking takes place instead of singing.
All right, Catherine, have you got something there?
Yeah, I think I do.
And you're doing A minor, right? So I'll play the bass. Let's see what you come up with. Okay. All right. And that last part looked like maybe you're making that up just as you went. So you're improving on the spot. You're improvising. That's great.
The students on the scriptwriting committee demonstrate critical thinking as they describe the process of developing the plot for the opera. They identify a theme and a thesis for the opera. Then they work with the Swedish to develop a script.
All right. You girls were part of the writing committee. Megan, you specifically were a composer, so you wrote a lot of the lyrics for the songs, and you other girls helped with the script. Tell us how you came up with the story. How do you write an opera? People ask me, how do you write an opera? Where do you start? Where do we start?
Well, there's basically classes that go to a general music class, and we start by thinking what do we want our theme to be. So we all agree on a theme, and then as soon as we get that established, we go right to a thesis.
What were some of the themes that we came up with? Do you remember when we brainstormed on this way back in October?
Romance, we had like relationships,
Junior high sweethearts.
Okay. Future, was that in there, and world peace and some of those things. And then we voted, and what was the winner?
relationships.
Okay.
And then after you establish a theme, you go on to a thesis. Our thesis this year is, what's our thesis?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Right, and was that the one we originally started out with?
No.
Why did we change it?
Because after we got into the whole writing process, we figured out that our thesis didn't exactly go along with our story.
The students experienced thinking together and making meaning as they worked on the script with the Swedish students. During the process of developing the plot, the American and Swedish students experienced disagreements. Through dialogue, the students eventually reached a consensus. The students also reflect on what they learned about civil involvement with others.
How about you, Kylie?
I kind of learned like you have to work together because we had to compromise a lot with Sweden and the other classes.
Yeah, we had a few frustrating moments after some of our conferences, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We found out we'd both written the same scene. And
Like for our title, they didn't exactly agree with us, and we didn't exactly agree with them.
but these are probably, probably skills you're going to use when you get in the workplace, do you think? Are you going to have to work with people and compromise? Trust me, you will. You will.